on in, everybody. That was a nice, really relaxing little intro. So come on in. Let's begin. I am Charity Craig, and this is,
TK Strickland.
and this is the Unmuted the Conversation where we tell it, talk it together. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started. But before we do, TK is going to walk us into a little breathing exercise. And, I know that the last, and TK, I shared this with you, some of my audience, was a little bit, but it's okay to breathe. Breathe,
Yes.
stretch, shake, let it go. Some of y'all need some oxygen in your brain, right? So
Yes.
it's okay to breathe. It's okay to be. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So let's just open up with some breathing exercise. Let's just be in the moment and we'll go from
Mhm.
there.
All
TK, I'll
right.
head over to you.
Perfect. Thank you. And remember what CC just said. The breathing exercise is just to be still and be in the moment, the present moment. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's just being still exactly where we are so we can center ourselves and focus on the conversation that we're going to have today. So, what we're going to do for anybody that was with us last time is going to be the same routine, but we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. We're going to hold it for 4 times and then we're going to breathe out through our mouth, letting everything out to the count of 4. And then we're going to repeat it 3 times. And I wanted to give the steps ahead of time because I'm going to do it with everyone. Okay. All right. So let's go. We're going to start with a deep breath in through your nose. Again. One more time. All right.
Yes.
We could.
And I need to get listen because I was doing spreadsheets today and there's a few moments where I just needed to take a moment. So listen, breathing helps. I'm telling you, it'll help reset, get up from your desk and like that, and then just come back and sit down and just breathe. It's
Yes.
okay.
It's that moment to just pause. That's
Just
all it
pause.
is, and say, wait a minute, at this very moment, there is nothing wrong. We are good at this moment. So let's be still, breathe, and be ready for the next moment.
That's it. So once again, everybody, as you guys are coming in, thank you. Please like, please share, please subscribe. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday. Didn't get a chance to really promote it. We are literally myself and her. We have so many things on our plate. This is something that we've been trying to do for over a year, and we're just saying, hey, on Tuesdays, no matter what it looks like, I'm a little bit late. We'd only text him, but 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights is where we are. So hopefully you'll be able to join us going forward. And so we got we're gonna go till 7:30, but we start a little bit late. So we'll give us a little extra few moments. But tonight our topic is uh human being or human doing. Human being or human doing. We had talked about some titles and just of what they mean, and are we just a title or are we actually doing, or are we a being? We'll come back to that, but we want to first introduce ourselves, have a little conversation first, and then we're going to come back to our topic of the day. All right, guys. So
Sounds good.
did you want to start with the questions?
Yes. So I'll start where I ask you, and then we'll
Okay.
just flip it, and then I'll answer the same question.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So, first question is, what is your go to hype song when you need to be cheered up?
Oh, well, one of my friends teases me all the time because I wasn't raised up on music, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know a whole lot of songs. And so, I now I've started to create playlists. And so it really depends on what I'm doing in the moment. If I'm working out, I'll try to find some music that hypes me up and makes me want to exercise more. I'll put a video on, say that's what I want to look like. So it just depends on in that moment what I'm doing and what I'm trying to um, you know, get myself ready for. I know when I was trucking, it was early in the morning. I had to have some hardcore rap. I'm not even gonna lie, it was hardcore rap because it
To
didn't
get you
wake
go.
me.
Yes.
So I really allow myself to explore just music because I didn't grow up on music. And so a lot of things that people say, well, do you know this song? Do you know this group? I don't know a whole lot. So I just allow myself just to explore. So then I found out that I actually love Southern soul music. So it just depends on the mood. And in that moment, I say, this is what I want to hear. And so that's what I do.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
same question back to you. Hype
Okay.
song when you need to get in the mood.
So I do not have a hype song, but don't kill me.
Okay.
You sent me that hype playlist August of last year.
Please do.
Every song is a banger. I'm in
It
Italy on
is.
the bullet train, just going hard, feeling it. And I
Yes.
forget what you named it, but every song on there. And that first one, I don't know the young lady's name, but the very first one, when you look back at that list you sent me, you have to share it.
Yes,
Just
her
the
name is
songs at
Oracle.
least. Yes.
Oracle, yes.
Between her and that young man, I'm
And the
like, that's
guy,
all I
yeah.
need. It You can be down, you could already be cheered up. It just puts you in this mood
And
and
I
you
forgot
can't
about
stop.
the affirmation. So those are affirmation hype songs. I listen to that
Really?
regardless every single morning. Like that's what like human being, human doing. Like that says no. This is who I am. And so yeah, the affirmations. You're right.
That is the playlist. And I think, is it like 15? It's a
It's
good
like
amount. I
15
don't think.
songs. Yes.
Yes, it works. It carried me all the way on the train to Rome and back, and then I was listening to it on the flight back to the States. I listen to it religiously. It's my favorite. I'm
I
not kidding.
love
From every
that.
song.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The playlist, yes, ma'am. That's why I said I be having different playlists depending on, but like I said, but I would also start with that because that's my get myself together. This is who I am. This is I'm walking into my day, and this is who I
Mhm.
am. So yeah, that's it's not just a hype song. That's my life. I build myself around affirmations. So
Oh my gosh, I
yeah.
love it. Then let me share this, because if I don't do songs, what I do every single morning, and I will say this, with before any music starts, I listen. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Mondrell, but it's Eternal Sunshine is the app, and he has meditations on there, a lot of them, and he'll put new ones on there that he released, and I'll just open it up, and whatever I feel guided to, I'll play it, and they're like 5 minutes. Some of them you could do 15 depending on your morning, but I always do a 5 minute one for sure, and then once I'm at the gym I'll do a 15-minute one. But the 5 minute, as soon as I roll out the bed, starts my day off
Okay, so
automatically.
you're gonna have to because I'm gonna type that in. Hey Brittany, hey girl. I'm trying to make sure I talk to the people as well. So got Brittany on here. Hey girl, hey. Thank you so much. She says beautiful work, and she sent a heart emoji or heart hands. Now tell us who that artist is, and I'll put that in the chat.
So his name is Londrell, but
How do you spell
his
it?
Londrell, I think it's two L's. But
Oh,
if you do
Londrell.
but if you do Eternal Sunshine, that's his app.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's the
just gonna
best place to
type
go.
that
But
in.
he does have a lot of
Eternal
songs as well.
sunshine. Because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try to find it too.
Okay.
And those are affirmations, eternal sunshine.
Yes. And
Okay.
it'll be like
Hey, I
five,
am Vivian. How are you? All right. So
and it's
most of the
like,
people are coming in. So I'm gonna
look,
say
coming
good to
in.
them. All right. So second question.
Oh, second question. If you could have dinner with one person, well, sorry, one living woman or historical one, who would it be, and what question would you ask them?
Yes. So again, I am. I've been exploring and last night because I thought about this last night. I watched a movie and it was about the two wives. It was MLK's wife, and also and I forgot the name of the movie, but it was like a lifetime thing that they're doing for February for Black History Month, and so it
Mhm.
was the movie with about MLK's wife and also Malcolm X's wife.
Malcolm X. Hmm.
Being able to sit down with those two women because
Yeah.
of the obstacles they faced within their marriage, right?
Hmm.
standing firm, but then even after both of their husbands passed, still carrying on the torch to make sure
Torch.
that what they set out to do was done. Like that conversation. And then also, I didn't even know Malcolm X's wife actually went on to become like a teacher, and it was
Hmm.
so
Yes.
interesting. So yeah, those two women, that would be something powerful.
That those are good ones.
Yeah,
Those are good ones.
yeah,
Now, I didn't have an answer for this one, but when I read it to you, I had a name that came to mind. So I'm gonna go with it because I've
yes,
thought about her before, and that would be Maya Angelou.
yes.
To sit and talk to her because I still listen to interviews she's did and just things when she's just talking, giving a speech, and her knowledge and depth of life all the way up to her passing is like, well, we're living. We are living and
Yes.
breathing it now. So she was so far ahead
So
of
far
her
ahead.
time. Yes. And to just sit and talk to her and just emerge and
Yes.
listen to everything she has to say. And Michelle Obama, because she's a good one
Yes. And
too.
she's here
So
right now. Yes. I'm
yes,
just saying.
yes.
Yes. But on another level though, and like I said, I don't know what I was watching because sometimes I just turn the TV on and just but all of a sudden it start playing like historical women in like China. And I mean, they had like
Ah.
women that were like warriors
Mm.
you know, commanders of armies. And I'm like, these women were bad. And it's like
Wow.
to just to be able to, you know, a lot of times our history is suppressed and we don't hear a
Hmm.
lot of it. And
Yes.
it's like just to know that, you know, some of us just happen to be type A or have a little bit more masculinity. And it's
Hmm.
okay to be strong. And it's okay to, and I think on one of them it said that one of the women, they had to disguise themselves as a man, you know, just
I
so
think
that
I
they,
seen that.
yes. Did you see that
Yeah,
same
I
one?
seen that. Yes, yes.
So I'm like, you know, whatever we got to do to get the job done, let's do
Hmm.
it. So
Hmm.
we're unmuted, ladies, you know,
Yes.
gentlemen, whoever's on here, you know, do what you got to do. And it's within you to get it done. It's
Hmm.
within you to get it done. Which brings us to our topic today, human being or human doing, or is it both?
Hmm.
So, TK, you know, I shared with you. Well, first of all, do you want to just we didn't go back over that. Let's allow you to explain who you are and I'll say who I am because we didn't even do an introduction today. We just
We
start talking.
look. I think we were thinking about time.
We
Okay.
were. This is our
Okay.
second one, guys. We missed last week, so we're just kind of getting back in the saddle. And every week we just determined that it's going to get better and better. And like I said, we just committed to do this. So let's do a quick introduction. Let me get to my screen. So TK, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. So I am TK Strickland. I am a internal alignment coach and a strategic identity architect. So a lot of big words. What it basically is that I do is my work basically is centered on those high performance individuals that are navigating their full lives and being visible while maintaining their true identity while sustaining their success. So, not
Mm,
losing themselves in what it is that they're doing, which is perfect for today because it's not losing themselves in their roles and titles. And although my market is high performers, so I deal with athletes, entertainers, creators, but this same thing applies to all of us because we can get caught up in a name and a title and completely lose ourselves.
yep.
So, what I do is work with individuals to make sure they don't do that. Always remember who you are, center yourself, your core, and lead and move with that despite anything that's going on around you, because that will always keep you safe. But when we switch it up and we get the fame and the glory, and it's like, I love this life, that's what I'm doing. One, it's not sustainable. And if it is, it's not the way you want it to be. So that's basically in a nutshell what I do.
I love that. And yes, you know, we even talked about that beginning piece of your title, spiritual
Yes.
alignment. But here's the thing. And this is what I wanted to share with some of my audience, who I know majority of my audience are of faith or of religion or whatever it is. That's where
Mhm.
I come from. Um, but we are a spirit. We have
Mhm.
a soul and we live in a body. So yes, your
Yes.
work is to the individual. So it is a
Mhm.
spiritual work. It's an internal. So
Yes.
whatever they want to name it, it is what it is. And you are who you are, and you are being and you are doing. And that is the topic today. Not just a title, but it's what you're doing, sis.
Yes.
It's what you're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah, as those young people be like, yes, 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 that's it, that's it, that's
Come
it.
on. So, oh, really quick, because there was a couple of comments. So, hey, let's see, we got Erica watching. Brittany said, because she said who she wanted to talk to. She said, I
Mhm.
want to talk to Eve, the original first lady. Not a question, but I will ask her, why you do us like that, girl? Pick another fruit tree. Come on, for real. Why you do us like
Yes.
that? Now we all hurting and having babies and in pain. Girl, why you do that? So
Look,
yeah, I feel that. I feel
yeah,
that.
Eve out
Eve,
there
big
living
shout
her
out to
life
you.
in another country. Look,
Right, girl. Why you do that to
yes.
us? But thank you. Thank you for the comments. So, guys, I'm going to make sure I try to come back to our comments, but we're trying to be within our little 30 minutes. So we don't want to make this too long. But thank you guys so much for showing up.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for engaging. And we're going to, our goal is to get it on TK's page and my page. We've just been so busy. And so I'll make
Yes.
sure we share this. I believe it's streaming on our YouTube channel, unmuted YouTube channel as well. So like I said, we'll put it on our pages, and we're gonna get better with this every week, guys. All right.
Mhm.
So really quick, I want to introduce myself. And you see there, I just say I'm Charity because I am I'm a human being, but I've learned to just do. And I've come to find out that I'm a lot. I'm a lot.
In a good way.
I'm a lot. And I like to do a lot. Hold on one second. Sydney, come on. So my dog is down here doing something and she just feel like she needs to be a part of the video. So sorry
So,
guys if y'all heard the background. So she but yes, but of course, we're hosting this together. Me and TK. I go by CC. She's TK. That's how we're branding this. Used to be a senior pastor, but now I went into trucking, so I was a truck driver. I've been a senior executive admin. I'm actually moving into some other things now, brokering. So everything that you are, the human being side of you, explore it and be and do. And that's what we want to talk about today. Don't let anyone try to box you in to their expectations of you.
Mhm. I love
Yeah.
it. Oh my gosh.
Because you were something before TK, and you shared this I think at one of your first events that I went to. But you totally transformed who you are and what you do.
Yes, yes. That was a life-changing event, and it was one that was forced on me, but once it was forced on me, I was able to make a conscious decision of who I was going to be, because it's all purely by choice. So, I mean, at the beginning, doing television for years, and then when my TV shows were on hiatus, I was in the financial industry doing that for years. And then I just had a random accident,
Mm,
just out of the blue, that affected every single thing around me. Without a lot of detail, it turned out to be a rare brain condition, is what it was. So I had to learn how, well, let me put it this way. I had to rediscover who it was that I was, because I no longer knew who I was.
wow.
So, yes, with the help of my husband, my mom, my family, they started sharing with me who I was, what it was that I was doing. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. That is, she sounds great and all, but it was like a clean slate for me. So I was able to dig deep and go back to my core of who am I before anybody told me who I was, before the beliefs was embedded in me, before the values were given to me. Who am I? And when I did that, now I'm not gonna lie, it was depressing. It
Yes.
was a very long journey, but it was well worth it, because I was able to take the beliefs that my parents installed, that society installed in me, and say, but I have a choice, and my choice is I'm not going to be that. Now, those beliefs that was installed in me, and this may be a little uncomfortable for some people in our audience, but I promise you what I deliver is with pure love, and it's to wake you up and really see what's going on around you and within you. Now, I'm going to go back. The beliefs that my mom or my dad installed in me, they may have worked for them, but they don't serve me and work for me. So at the time that I was discovering who I was, since I had the accident, I was able to say, that doesn't work for me. So I'm not bringing that with me. That held me back. And honestly, it probably didn't work for them either, but it worked for their parents. And
Yeah.
what we do is that was it traditional curse. Is that what it is? Whatever they call it, where it transcends through generations,
Yes.
we keep doing the same thing thinking we're going to get a different outcome, and we're not, because we're doing something that does not work for us. And as I had to rebuild who I was able to make the conscious decisions of who that is, what I will do, what my beliefs are, the beliefs that I'm going to create for myself, the standards and values that I have. And not everybody could go with me. I'm going to be real with you. Not everybody accepted it. So when I tell you my circle, there was no more circle, because those individuals wasn't along for the journey. They couldn't accept the new me. They loved me and accepted me while I worked for them, while the
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, as they know me, was working for them. But when I got focused and they were no longer accessible the way they needed to be, everything changed at that point.
Yes.
So here I am today with a whole lot more with that. But that
Yes.
is truly the overall thing. And I focus a lot on beliefs, because that is truly where every last one of us are hung up at.
Yeah.
Anything we could think of,
Beliefs.
it's based on a belief that was 9 times out of 10 given to us, embedded in us, and we don't even know why we do it. A good example: we grew up at our age, working 9 to 5, get a 401k, you're retired at a certain age, you live the life you want. Where they do that at?
Where?
You got 13-year-olds that are multimillionaires, don't know a 9 to 5 for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still stuck in that
Yeah.
belief era, and that right there don't work. So it's get out of your comfort zone, because that's where the greatness is. That's where you're gonna move. But staying in that belief, you got to really recognize, does it serve you or does it not? And I am sorry, because I will keep going. Let me
You
stop.
okay? You okay? Because it's good. Look, and that's why this works. Is we're both talkers. So I'll be like, I'm gaining from you, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can say something on that. I can say something on that. But yes, you are so right. And as you were speaking, the visual, because I always, even when I teach, I deal with pictures, and what I was seeing as you were talking was, sometimes, like you said, those things that were embedded in us from a young
Mhm.
age.
Yes.
Same way with me. All I knew was that, and what was projected, and what was that I got to be married and I got to be in ministry. And so that's the
Hmm.
only thing that I was all constantly, and it wouldn't work, and I tried it. So it was always this thing of that. That's all that was put before me. And so a
Yes.
lot of times, whatever you see, what they said, exposure brings expansion, but whatever you're
Hmm.
exposed to is what you're going to expand in. And so the
Yes.
visual that I saw was a tree, right? And
Mm.
this tree bearing forth fruit. And there's a saying that says, the fruit don't fall far, doesn't
Far
fall
from the
far from the
tree.
tree. But
Yes.
whenever you have grown up on a tree, right, you are the
Hmm.
fruit of culture. You are the fruit
Yes.
of past mistakes. You are the fruit of your parents. So this tree, so it's okay to say, I'm going to detach from the tree.
Hmm.
I'm going to choose the seeds that I need to for this next season of my life.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Yes.
be replanted, and now I'm going to grow up into my own
On
tree.
tree. That
That's
part.
the journey. That's the work that I heard you say
Yes.
you had to do. You
Yes.
Like you said, that accident, it took you from what you had been doing,
Hmm.
right? You're off the tree now. You're trying to
Yeah.
figure out yourself. Now you're going
Hmm.
to say, I'm going to choose some of these seeds to keep.
Yes.
But then I'm also going to go find some other seeds, and I'm going to replant in another place, another vineyard, and I'm going to grow
Mhm.
healthy. I'm going to grow up
Yes.
so I can not just be a human being. I'm being what it is that I've been called to be, or what it is that I know that
Mhm.
I want to be. And I'm going to develop, but now I'm also going to not just be, but I'm going to do.
Yes,
That's what I heard you
that
say.
that is it. And you, when you gave that picture, that must be a sign, because I'm trying to figure out the cover for my book, because it will be coming out later this year.
Come on.
Look, and this is like the fourth time I have heard someone say to me, "I see a tree."
Wow.
And the publisher, she's like, "Okay, a tree, a oak tree. What?" And I'm like, I don't want
Oak
a
tree.
tree."
That's what I saw. The oak tree. Yes, ma'am.
Look, I'm like, I want something light and bright because my light shines bright. I don't, a tree. Why are we doing a tree? And I get the significance of it, but I'm gonna have to start paying attention, because for you to actually see that vision, it's
Yes.
like, okay, it's okay. I really need to pay attention, because that's literally what it is. It is, I am very transparent in the way I grew up. Like you said, in the church, I grew up in the church. I taught Sunday school. I mean, I was bullies. My mom taught me, and in the church was like, you grow up, you get married, then you have kids, you start a career if that's the life that the path, path it needs to go down. And it was like, do that. Don't have sex before you're married. All of those things. And I stuck with that, but it was still hard. It was still a struggle. It still didn't turn out the way that I thought it was supposed to, based on what I was living, growing up in the church, abiding by the Bible. And my mom would always say, "Well, I never told you it wouldn't be a struggle. I never told you it wouldn't be hard." And that's where, even before the accident, I started getting a disconnect, because I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Something kept pulling me on the other side. Not that I was doing something wrong or going against the word or anything like that, but then when the accident took place, it was like literally something changed in my mind. Although part of my brain deteriorated, it accented other areas where I'm able now, like I can look. If we had some of the people that were listening to us on camera, I could look at them and see all the way through to their soul and heart, and could say something to them and will be spot on.
Yes.
But that takes a different side of me to
Right.
do that. And that's what I do, because I'm able to hear what's not being said. I
Mm-hmm.
can read through what is being said. So that hurt and pain, that part of not letting go, not wanting to let go of the beliefs because of the expectations that people have set for us. And let me say, when there is an expectation that we have on anyone, we're setting ourselves up for failure, because that person didn't sign up for our expectations. That's us.
Right.
Look, that's why I told you, don't let me go. Don't let me go, CD, because I will keep going on. I'm sorry. Okay, your turn.
Girl, I don't forgot. But it is good because I'm soaking it in. But you're so right. You're so right. Let me just watch. Want to make sure none of our people said anything. I
Okay.
wanted to. We are talking about the human doing, human being, and I wanted to, because I said, we, like I said, our dynamic works because, like I said, you come from, like you said, the internal aspect, right, where it's
Mm-hmm.
non-religious, but of course, like I said, a lot of my audience, you know and I wanted to share this because some people, they're like, well, what has that got to do with the Bible, human being, human doing? And although I'm
Yes.
not, I never want to, push anything, but I believe that there are principles.
Mm-hmm.
And so being, the word be, we know Psalms 46, be still. Come on, be still.
Yeah.
Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about being. But in order for us to be those things, we gotta depend on some. Come on.
Yeah.
Be transformed. Be.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be these things first so that we can go out and do it.
Yes.
And that's the work that you do. You help them to become who they need to be, to sort out all the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they can
Yes.
be in order to do. Be strong, be transformed, be still, be anxious for nothing.
Yes. And none of those say be your title, be the hat you wear. None of that. It says be, being. And so we need to do, in order to be human, is to be doing something.
Be doing
of
something.
service, some way, somehow,
Yes.
it is doing.
And it's the action. And you know, we can go through Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, those were, but then the very next after all the synoptic gospels is the acts. Those were the doing. But you first had to
Mhm,
become the four books of the first New Testament, right? Those are all
mhm.
about just showing who we should be so we can go
Yes.
do.
So we can
The
go do.
acts. It's the acts of the apostles. It's what they went out and did after they became something.
Yes. Yes. That you nailed it. That is exactly it. And we have to make sure we take that time for ourselves and invest in ourselves to see who we truly are. And I
Yes.
I will repeat that over and over, because the one question I'm able to ask a client, potential client, or just in a normal conversation, if I say, "Who are you?" They can ramble it off, and I'll be, okay, that's a nice career. Yeah, that's nice. But now let's try this again. Who are you? If you remove all of those titles, who are you? And that's where they get stumped at, right there.
Because the title is just the banner, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just the banner. It's just, and I was listening to a audio book today, and it was talking about, you know, coaches. A lot of times, coaches like football coaches, they
Mm-hmm.
will they will ask questions not about what they, uh, not about their position, but
Mm-hmm.
their why, because their
Mm-hmm.
why in between being something. Okay, I'm a football
Mm-hmm.
player, but what's my why? Because my
Mm-hmm.
why is going to help me to continue to do things and continue to try to win when things get hard, when things hurt, when there's pain, when there's
Yes.
obstacles. What's my why? And so
Yes.
asking those questions, like you just said, who
Mm-hmm.
are you? Let's get down to that and
Mm-hmm.
then get to your why so that you can
It's
continue to do.
that's so true. So true. And that when we get down to the core of who we are, once I do a few sessions with people, or in a normal conversation, it goes quick and I just give them the answer. But in my sessions, I don't give an answer because you have to figure it out for yourself. I just throw out the questions and the words to get you thinking. But
Yes.
normally, once we dig ourselves out, we realized I'm just a traumatized little girl that was neglected by her father, and I have carried it through my whole entire life and impacted the relationships that I've had. And that's why I don't have any now, because of that. So we got to heal that traumatized little girl, that traumatized young man, because his dad walked out or his dad wasn't there the way he felt that his dad needed to be there. But his dad was probably doing the very best he could with what he was working with at
Yes.
the time. But that's normally where it's at, because that determines why we do what it is that we do
Yeah.
and why we don't do some things that we do. So even when you ask a football player, you're absolutely right. What's your why? And if they say, because I want to get my mom out of the hood, I don't want us to be homeless anymore. Well, that's going to motivate them and motivate them. But then what? He got his
Then
mama
what?
out of the hood. There, she's in a mansion. He's living good, but he's still stuck as if he's trying to get his mom out of the hood because we still didn't go to that core.
Yep, that's it. And that's what I wanted to share as we're wrapping things up, because you know your work, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Your work is. Let me get rid of this really quick. You know, some people were like, "Well, you know, church is enough."
Church is enough.
And yes, we are a spirit. And you know, in my teaching, I've taught this for years. I am a spirit. I
Hmm.
have or possess a soul, which is my
Yes.
mind, my will, imagination, my emotions, and my intellect. And I live in a body or this earth suit. The work that you're doing is not about this earth suit. This earth
Mhm,
suit is what we go do exercise for. We use weights, we use, you know, ellipticals. Okay.
mhm.
So there are tools for the body.
Yes.
We don't go to
Yes.
church for the body.
Correct. We go to church for
Wherever we
that
go,
soul.
when we go into the building, Yeah, there may
Mm-hmm.
be some things that we do with our physical body. We may raise our hands, we may shout, we may sing with our physical body, but there is nothing inside of a church building that helps this body. This is just our
Correct.
earth suit. Yes, we can lay hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is miraculous power, but there's nothing that on a daily basis that helps this body, right? We know that this
Yes.
body is dying daily, okay?
Yes.
So we are a spirit, but then the word tells us to work out our own soul's salvation. That's Bible. So the
Mm-hmm.
work that you're doing, the internal, is working on that mind, working on the imagination, working on the emotions. Like you said, that trauma, the thing, and
Mm-hmm.
this is why I believe that mental health and
Yes.
counseling by a professional is important. Yes, you can go on a Sunday. Yes, you can get a good
Mm-hmm.
word. Yes, you can get motivated,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the word tells us to work out our own soul salvation. So yes, there was a saving of our souls, and we're grateful for that. But now it's something for us to do
Mm-hmm.
as human beings.
Yeah.
That's in a body, we're a spirit, but as human beings, there's something that we must do, and we have to work out our mind, because sometimes our mind is stuck in the past. We need somebody to help us to come up out of that.
Yes.
We got to
Yes.
change
That
our
part.
will, change our
Mm-hmm.
imagination, some things that we're watching, so we're putting our ear gate and our eye gate. So there is a work that has to be done, that you need a coach. And that's where you come in at. Come on, somebody.
Right there. Yes.
These folks try to play
Yes.
with me, and I gotta let them know that there are people that do this work. It's not just
Yes.
about a church building. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
about a title. It's what you're doing and what you've been trained to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's
Sorry,
it.
because I'll get to preaching. Sorry.
Mm-mm, you were nailing it because you look, you were saying parts that I would say because you were
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely right. I even have people that'll be okay, well, what's the difference? You go see a psychiatrist or a therapist or you, and it's like, I no, there is a big difference. I touch on the past so we can resolve the past and provide you with the tools needed to deal with the past because they will continue to come up, but it's about forward momentum.
Yeah.
When we go to therapists and psychiatrists, they are working with us on our past. Sometimes we need medication, but we're constantly in that past mindset. How are we going to move forward when we're in the past mindset, but we're not equipped to be able to handle that? I don't have to go sit on somebody's couch every week for an hour to cry because I'm still traumatized by my dad. No, come see me. Come talk to me. We can get through the traumatization that you have about your dad on top of moving forward because we all have somewhere to go. If you are biblical or not, we all have somewhere to go. Some are trying to save their souls and some are trying to just be right. Well, whoever your God is, universe, God, whatever, the work must be done because we're all trying to go somewhere. And if we're not and we're stagnated, there's a reason that we're like that. And again, that's where I come in and help because whatever we are doing that has pause and we can't move forward, or we feel like we already have it all, but internally you don't feel right, that's still where I come in because that's where it lies internally. Whatever is going on internally manifests itself outwardly, it's in front of
Yes.
us. And our perception is truly our reality. Like you said earlier, when you grow up in this environment, what you see, when those fruit fall from the tree, that's all you got from the tree branch to the
Yeah.
ground in your tree. That is it. You got to
Yep.
step away from that because that's the perspective that you have, which is your reality. But if you go 5 blocks down, it's a whole new world.
That's it. That's it. And there, sometimes it can be an imbalance. It's so
Yes.
much focus on the spiritual, like that other stuff. It
Mm-hmm.
caused, like you said, they're malfunctioning. And I can
Yes.
say that I was malfunctioning because there was an imbalance. When I tell you I know the word, I know the word. I can break that thing down. But on the
Mhm.
other side of it,
Yes.
there was an imbalance, and there was like, wait a minute. And even my kids said, like I said, I saw one of my previous members, and I said this on one of my other videos last week. I said I saw them, and they were like, yeah, now I was up preaching every single week, but she was like, but you was going through a lot. How can somebody see that you're going through a lot and you up preaching every single week? There was an imbalance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yes, I know the word. Yes, I can preach the word. Yes, I had a title, but there was an imbalance and you're malfunctioning. So there's some
Mm-hmm.
things that you got to work out in that area of the soul, that mind, will, imagination, emotions, and intellect. There's some things that got to be worked out. And you are an individual that helps with that. So we actually have an event coming up, which is one of the reasons
Yes.
why we are doing these, is to promote our event that we have coming up. I'll be speaking, and also TK will be speaking. Let me go to that slide and you can talk to it really quick.
Mhm.
That is on February the 28th. What are we doing, TK?
Yes. We,
Can
oh
you
my
see?
gosh. Look, we plan on having a good time, but like you said,
Yes.
both of us are going to speak. We are welcoming everyone to come in. I believe we have 25 seats is the maximum that we have. So you want to get there, get there early, but it's from 12 to 2 p.m. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's the Civic Center Library, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to be unmuted. So the conversations you see us having here, we're going to have them there. And Cece and I can just be talking randomly one night and be like, oh, that's our topic. That's what we're
That's
talking
it.
about.
Yep.
That's it. And we're going to go with it. But this is for you guys to get a taste of who we are, how we work together, and see us in person, because there will be other events to follow, just like our podcast. But those events will wind up being paid events. But we want to serve and share everything that we can. And we can't do it in like a 30 or 45-minute span. So you have to, at that point, understand that's why there is a fee for that, because we're going to give you a lot more of what you need. Even what you don't know that you need, we know you need it. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So we don't have the link yet because we've both been really busy. So by next week, we promise you guys, just put on your calendar, prepare. You guys have the address there. Come, invite some. Like you said, there is what, 28 seats, you said?
25.
25 seats. So
Yes.
whenever we put the link out, hopefully y'all hear it and put it down. So we'll probably do the link maybe next week. That way they have enough time.
They have it. Or, I mean, I guess we could do the link, but if they have your email or mine, even if you
Okay, let's
do,
okay, let's put the emails up. See,
yes,
this is why we're a team. I love
yes,
this. Go
because
ahead.
that'll
Let,
be
let me put the
easier for
emails
us.
up. Okay, because I think you
Yeah.
have the email. So I'm gonna have them to email you.
Okay,
Let's put that up really quick. Okay. Give them the
perfect.
information.
So email me at info@tkstrickland.com. And when you send the email, just type Scottsdale. And I'll know that that's the event. And then I can start keeping account, because I would hate for you to come and then we have to deny you entry because we don't have the space for it. But please email me, let me know. Even if you put that in the subject, we're good and I will account for you.
Yep. So put Scottsdale in the title to that info@tkstrickland.com.
Yes.
Yep. And we'll start the registration there. All right, guys. So, so for those of you who are my friends on Facebook, if you just want to inbox me, we'll do it both ways. And that way,
Mhm.
because sometimes people are like, if I'm already on here, let me just do it
Just
now.
put it there.
So
Yes.
between the two, because this is also going on TK's audience and my audience. So guys, sign up. Please don't wait till the last minute like I did my event. And everyone's like, well, I'm coming anyways. It ain't gonna be that this time. It ain't gonna be that.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Although that event was amazing. It was full.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was the one rushing in late from a trip, but it was full. I loved
And I
it.
was like, I didn't know everybody was gonna show up. So that's why I said, so please, y'all, get there because TK, she's very humble, but people come out for her stuff. So that's all I'm gonna say. So
Mhm.
if you're some of my audience as well, please sign up and we're gonna see what we gotta do. All right, guys. So
Yes.
this has been a really good one, girl. We was at 44 minutes already.
Oh my
Yeah. So we
gosh.
gotta wrap this up. Thank
Yes.
y'all for being on with us. TK, you have any last words before we end?
Um, Let me see what's some good ones. I think the same thing I said last week because I live by it. Make sure your light is shining bright. And the only way your light to shine bright is that's that inner light, not the makeup and the hair and the clothing. Allow your light to shine bright. Be great and create exactly what it is that you want.
Yes. And mine is be still, be strong, be transformed, be faithful, and be kind. And then once you are those things, go out and do it.
Love it.
Human being to human doing. You guys have a good night. I'm Cece and
I'm TK.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. God
All right.
bless. Good night.
Bye.